Folks, for most high school basketball games, fans will head over to the gym and see their teams play to well-earned victory. Then there is Bellarmine and St. Francis. This rivalry stretches over past decades and goes well beyond storied programs within the WCAL. Once schedules are released, the dates of Bellarmine St. Francis are circled and reserved for delirious student bodies and an excited community that understands the magic generated from these special, very proud academic and athletic institutions. Memories that last a lifetime. This is what you experience from a Bells Lancers game, and we have this for you tonight right here on YouTube Live and the Central Coast Sports Broadcasting Network. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, everyone. I'm Carlo Jimenez, coming to you live from Bellarmine High School. The 7-3 Bells hosting the 3-7 Lancers as we are in the backstretch in the WCAL. Head coach Patrick Schneider has to be a front runner for WCAL Coach of the Year, losing 4 starters from last year's WCAL and CCS championship team. Coach Schneider is once again in the hunt, only 1 game out of first place. A win tonight sweeps the Lancers for the 3rd consecutive year and places Bellarmine in a better position as matchups in the next 10 days include league leaders Mitty and Reardon. For head coach Mike Motil and the visiting Lancers, this season has been a challenging one indeed. Injuries have decimated this team, with team leader Mo Wilmer out for most of the season, although in uniform here tonight. In addition, sharpshooter Roy Yuan has struggled this season due to more double teams and extended cover out beyond the arc. A win tonight would guarantee a Lancers shot at their 500 finish in league play. This is the second meeting between both teams. Bellarmine was victorious 3 weeks ago up in Mountain View and looks for the sweep tonight. I'm Carlo Jimenez. This is a Central Coast Sports Broadcasting production of Game Night, coming to you on YouTube Live. Tip-off is less than 10 minutes away. Well, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, here to your Central Coast Sports Broadcasting pregame show. Carlo Jimenez, courtside, packed house here at Bellarmine College Preparatory. Here are some recent scores from both teams. Bellarmine defeating Valley Christian 74-52. The Bells dominated and were able to grab a lead early. Had a 24-11 second quarter push that gave them a 14-point lead at half, and they did not look back. The Bells have scored 74 and 78 against Valley Christian this year and have just dominated the Warriors the past couple of years. For St. Francis, a little bit of a different story. A 75-45 loss up at the league leader, Archbishop Mitty's. That is, Mitty had 2 20-plus point quarters versus the Lancers. The Lancers, on the other hand, did not score more than 12 in a single quarter. St. Francis lost earlier this year to Mitty by 25. It is a Mitty team, interestingly enough. They have been able to defeat Reardon. Reardon only 2 losses on the year, one of them coming against the St. Francis team. While on the other hand, they lose to 30 on Mitty 2 weeks ago. So you never know what St. Francis team you're going to get here tonight, and I think that's got to be what Coach Schneider's preaching to his guys. This is a team that's beaten Reardon, a Reardon team that has beaten this Bellarmine team, and we might have beat them earlier in the year handily, but St. Francis has shown that they have games where there's sparks of brilliance, and so we'll see if that comes out on the visitors here in league play. Well, we want to give a shout-out to our sponsor, BSN Sports. Since 1972, your ultimate leader of team sports apparel and equipment in the U.S. Call John Gillette for more information at 408-209-6433. Once again, that's John Gillette at 409-203-6433. Well, let's jump into our Gonzalez Irrigation System game-changing free pointers. Since 1985, Lake Gonzalez Irrigation Systems provide design, installation, parts, and service for all your berry, row crop, orchard, and vineyard needs, including sprinklers, filters, meters, and booster pumps. And GIS proudly offers Netafim irrigation products. Contact GIS at 831-675-2376. Well, Bellarmine second place in the WCL this season with the ultimate team velocity, losing 4 of their starters after winning CCS 2 times last year, and they have yet to knock on the door again for a league title as they still struggle to grasp that first place hold. After this St. Francis game, Bells will come out and go play here against Sarah, at Reardon, and then home against Mitty And those are the three teams that are still contending for first place. Bells need a big win tonight to continue the 3-game win streak and have momentum going in to the biggest week of their season. For St. Francis, it's been a tough 2019 due to injuries. They had not had a whole team with an exception of 2 games all year, missing continuity and running out of time possibly for a postseason run here in the WCAL. They need to get something going, and a big statement win against a Bellarmine team who you could say needs a win just as bad as they do in the Holy War here tonight. Head-to-head fact, the Bells have dominated this series of late. Since 2017, Bellarmine has won 7 straight, double-digit victories within half of those. And the Bells, that's their longest win streak against St. Francis since 2005, which is as far back as the record books go on maxpreps.com. So the Bellarmine Bells have dominated here at the Holy War, and can they continue tonight? That was our game-changing three-pointers brought to you by Gonzales Irrigation System, serving the Monterey, San Benito, Santa Cruz, and Santa Clara counties. 831-675-2376. Well, you're listening to the Central Coast Sports Broadcasting pregame show. Since 1988, Coastal Grower Magazine has been a local favorite for the people, the agricultural industry, and those involved with the IG business here on Central Coast. Go to their website at www.coastalgrowermag.com. That's www.coastalgrowermag.com. Well, this was our X's and O's statement coming up. Bellarmine on the defensive end forced the inside game, defend the arc with big shooters like Wilmer, along with Pedraza. Fontana can release from downtown. Desai Lopez isn't too bad, and Matthew Larson also a sharpshooter along with Lucas Lee. St. Francis got a lot of kids who could shoot the basketball. You got to close out hard and make them drive inside, especially with the height advantage the Bells have. For St. Francis offensively, move the ball, make the Bells work on the defensive end, and see if you can get tired legs towards the end of this game and try to steal one here at Patrick Wayne Memorial Gymnasium. Well, that was our X's and O's statement brought to you by Coastal Grower Mag. We want to give another shout out to one of our sponsors here at Bellarmine College Preparatory. We want to give a shout out to Vulcan Materials, Nathan's largest producer of gravel, sand, and crushed stone to keep with this growing economy. For more information, visit www.vulcanmaterials.com. Well, pregame, we are getting ready for the national anthem. Bellarmine in the white jerseys with the blue trim, the blue Bellarmine Bells, or the blue bells in script across the chest, B on the right hip of the shorts, and the numbers in blue with a black outline. For St. Francis, there in their away brown jerseys with St. Francis and the number in between the words St. and Francis with the emblem on the left side of the short. And they have white letters with no trim on those. And the Under Armour logo on the right chest and the WCL logo on the back. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for WCAL action, it's the 13-3, 7-3 in league Bellarmine Bells, and the 11-9 and 3-7 in league St. Francis Lancers. The Holy War here, ladies and gentlemen, at Bellarmine College Preparatory. As we get ready for this one to start, 4:21 on the game clock here. Let's look at games going around the league. SI playing up at Reardon. That should be a good one. St. Ignatius always a threat. And the Bells and everybody else could use another loss for the Reardon Crusaders. On the other side, Sacred Heart Cathedral playing up at Sarah. Sarah with one heck of a game last week. Scored 11 points in the first half. Switch rims. And they score 30 in the. The only surprising thing about that is when they played Cathedral, it was the exact same story. So, or not Cathedral, correction. When they played SI over at the Jungle, SI only scored 10 points in the second half, and Sarah scored 30. And when there was speculation that the one rim that allowed 24 points, if it was off, because neither team going to the right could get a bucket. And we'll see if that one didn't get much more attention. Thank you to the story by Ethan Castle on that one. Prep to prep, Ethan always with great information. And Valley Christian was playing at Archbishop Mitty, just 15 minutes away from here. Valley Christian, a team that has been competitive in almost every one of their games, almost beat Sarah earlier. Should be a great one there at Mitty. Well, it's time now for our Netafim irrigation starting lineups, offering best-in-class irrigation solutions, helping you do more with water. That's Netafim drip irrigation. Contact Mark Clifton at 831-258-8089. Well, our starting lineups for the Bellarmine Bells will be Quinn Danker at the guard, Gio Sasso playing the 2, Kieran Cruz playing the 3, Ian Elam at the 4, and Constantine Cole will be the 5 for the Bells. For St. Francis, just getting the starting lineups for in. Roy Yuan will start, the shooter who set the WCL record for most threes in a game with 45. And Teo Fontana will also start for St. Francis. Ryan Daly will start for the Lancers, the junior 6'5 guard. He has not started a lot this year, but with Bellarmine's height, you wonder if that's the adjustment St. Francis is making in this one. And then Oscar Pedraza back in the lineup will also start, the 5'9 senior who has not really practiced all week but is dressed up. We'll see if how that affects him. And Kyle Rosenkrantz, the 6'2 junior. So St. Francis going big, and we'll see if that helps them out here tonight. So 1:41 to play till we get started here at Bellarmine College Preparatory, the Patrick May Memorial Gymnasium. Packed student section for the Bells and the Lancers. Everybody in the stands. It is taking up a whole row. Bellarmine students started, they had to clear the gym, ladies and gentlemen, at 4:45. And then they asked the Bells to come back, and it is standing room only all the way from the court to the top. So 1:15 now. Bellarmine on a 3-game win streak, trying to continue the hot streak. And we get set here tonight. So Bells, Lancers, and the Holy War as both teams comes to their benches and gets set here for this one. So we get our announcements from both teams. We'd like to thank the Bellarmine staff here and Miss Atkinson for letting us intrude on their space as we get set for the national anthem here at Bellarmine College Prep.
Remember, interscholastic athletics promotes and develops lifetime values fueled by good sportsmanship. As fans, we ask you to give these student athletes your positive encouragement and support. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Bellarmine College Prep and St. Francis High School would like to salute those who serve in our country's military, as well as our nation's first responders. At this time, we ask that all our veterans who have served in the United States military and those who are still on active and reserve duty to please rise. We would also like to ask all first responders, police, fire, and paramedic personnel to also rise at this time. With our greatest gratitude, please give these individuals a round of applause to show our appreciation for their sacrifice and service. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please join our military personnel and first responders by standing, removing any hats for a moment of silence. Tonight, we honor the men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our country, and for those men and women first responders who gave their lives in the line of duty with a moment of silence. God our Father, we thank you for those that sacrificed to make the world a better place for all to live. And for this opportunity to share this night with our West Catholic Athletic League community, and for all that you have given us. Grant to all athletes, coaches, officials, and fans the courage to pursue excellence of mind and body during this event. We pray for your grace that each of us be aware of your goodness in our lives, and may we show our thankfulness in our relations with those around us, and grant that we do not take our time on earth for granted. We make this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and direct your attention to Center Court, where the San Jose Police Department's Honor Guard will present tonight's colors. please welcome Diane Wyant and the Bellarmine Band, who will perform our country's national anthem.
Well, that was our national anthem brought to you by the Bellarmine Band. As we get set and look, and let's acknowledge the seniors who will be competing in their last WC or Holy War here tonight for both teams. For the Bells, Gio Sasso, Kieran Cruz, Cole Trotzen and Ryan Trotzen, the twins, Nick Grassman, and Scott Nelson, all seniors who will be competing here for the final time in the Holy War. And for the St. Francis Lancers, Rory Yuan, Sebastian Pelayo, Mateo Fontana, Anthony Lamphere, Evan Williams, Matthew Larson, Dominic Azich, Maurice Wilmar, Oscar Pedraza, all participating in their final Holy War here at Bellarmine. So as we get the starting lineups announced here at Bellarmine, our Netafim Irrigation starting lineups between the Bells and the Lancers. Quinn Danker announced here for the Bells. The junior guard had 15 points against Valley Christian earlier in the week on Wednesday. Kyle Lewis will start, so correction, change in the starting lineup. Kyle Lewis will start here for the Bellarmine Bells, and it looks like he'll be in the place of Gio Sasso. Lewis, 6'3" guard, will start from Sasso. Ian Elam will also start. Elam with a couple of points against Sarah, and he had 13 against Valley Christian in the first meeting against Valley Christian. Constantine Cole will also start. He was second leading scorer against Valley with 10 points. And rounding that will be the lineup for the Bells. So as both teams come out, St. Francis, of course, as we mentioned, going tall, or going big here against the Bells. As we get set for WCIL action here at Bellarmine College Preparatory. The Bells with the I Believe chant. The referees hand their jerseys off, and we get set here at Bellarmine. Bellarmine wearing the white with the blue letters, the blue script Bells across the chest, and St. Francis with the brown and the white numbering and white letters across the chest. The tipple between Rosenkrantz and Cole as we get set for this one. Bellarmine Bells versus St. Francis Lancers. Here's the Holy War, and Oscar Pedraza will get the tip, and St. Francis will go right to left. Here on the left wing is Yuan, being watched by Lewis. Lewis has the task of guarding the sharpshooter as they hand it off to Pedraza, right wing in front of the Bellarmine crowd. Pedraza heels on the logo. Mike Motil gets the call out to his team, and here comes a screen from Fontana to Pedraza. Fontana right wing, dribbling with the left hand, working against Cruz. Hands it off Yuan, straight on three. Roy Yuan way off on the right side. Lewis the rebound, and here come the Bells. Danker, crossover, finds Cruz left wing. Cruz, who plays, the bigger the crowd, the better Kieran Cruz plays. So far, that has been the case. Cruz follow-away jumper, too strong. Rebound, fought for by Elam and saved by Daly. Here comes St. Francis the other way. Yuan. Thought about a three. Now he's going to drive. Layup is blocked, but a foul is going to be an offensive foul. Ryan Daly will pick up his first, the 6'5" junior from St. Brenda. And so the Bells will inbound. 7:08 to play here in the first. Nobody has yet to score. Bells coming down with their second offensive possession. Oscar Pedraza is going to guard Danker full court. Danker with the left-hand dribble. Hands it off over to Elam. Now up top, Danker heels on the logo. 6:56 to play. Bells looking for their first bucket of the night. Danker picks up the dribble, bounces it to Cruz straight on. Cruz into Cole, far wing, looking down low, gives it to Danker. Danker surveys, working against Pedraza, has the height, pump fakes, rips through, layup left side, could not get it to go. Ball on the ground, being fought for. Danker comes up with it. Danker with the right wing floater, and he puts it home. Quinn Danker missed the layup, was able to pull the ball from Ryan Daly and gets the bucket. Good hustle by number 3 in the first bucket for the Bells with 6:26. In transition, Fontana pump faked, and he traveled. Mateo Fontana had a layup right wing, but took a walk. And so with 6:24 to play, the Bells will inbound it up by 2. Danker will walk it up. Pedraza will watch. Danker, right hand dribble. Gives it into Elam, right wing, extended, looking for Cruz down low. Instead, it's Lewis off a couple of screens, straight on. Lewis pass to Danker is deflected, but gets there. Danker to Cruz, straight on. Rosenkrantz has the task of guarding Kieran Cruz. Cruz in the right corner, pump fakes right over the head of Kyle Lewis. As it will be an inbound here for Fontana. Mike Motil not happy about something that the referees were not calling, as here comes St. Francis. Still yet to find a bucket. 5:55 to play here in the first. Bells 2, St. Francis nothing. Here's Yuan right wing, takes a dribble, goes over a screen from Daly, now has it against Cole. Crossover on Cole, into the lane, throws to Rosenkrantz. Rosenkrantz saves it, Danker comes up with it. Danker right down the lane, Euro step, left hand layup, and the foul. Quinn Danker with a hustle play, gets the steal, and goes to the rim strong with a bucket and 1. So Danker will shoot free throws, 4-0 Bells. It's been all number 3, and he has 5 after that free throw. Bells with the lead with 5:37 to play here in the first. This is reminiscent of the first time these two teams faced off. It was 18-2 to start that game. Anthony Lamphere comes to the scores table here for St. Francis. Here is Yuan. Gio Sasso will also come to the scores table. Left wing. Daly's got it. 14 to shoot. St. Francis still looking for their first bucket, down 5-0. Rosenkrantz to the right wing, Pedraza. Pedraza with 6, with 5. Gives it down low to Daly. Daly's got to go. Follow away jumper, far side, banks it home. Ryan Daly with a tough shot, gets a deuce, and it's 5-2. St. Francis gets their first bucket here with 5 minutes to play in the first. Here's Danker, left wing Cruz, looking for his first bucket, and an offensive foul. Ryan Daly in the right position and picks up the foul as Motil looks to Lamphere and says, take a charge, huh? And Daly's going to take a seat as the Bells taunt St. Francis here at Patrick Rain Memorial Gymnasium. 4:50 to play here in the first. 5-2. Bellarmine on top. St. Francis with the ball, looking to trim the lead. They have a chance to tie or cut it to 1. Here's Fontana, left wing. Takes a dribble, hands off Yuan. Yuan, you're working around. Up against Cole. Bounce pass now into Fontana. Taken away by Elam, and here comes Cruz. Another turnover for St. Francis, their second. Sasso, right wing, wide open. 3 ball, left it short. Rebound, fought for. Elam almost came up with it. Rosenkrantz grabs it, and here comes St. Francis the other way. Here's Pedraza, right wing. He'll try a 3 to tie. Too strong. Rebound taken by Sasso, and Danker will walk it up with 4 minutes to play. Halfway through the first quarter, it's 5-2. Bells on top. Here is Constantine Cole. Backdoor pass for Cruz. Reverse layup, and he gets it to go. Kieran Cruz coming off a screen. A beautiful play by Coach Schneider, and it is 7-2. Bells by 5 with 3:50 to play here in the first. And Cruz with a turnover. Kieran, one-on-one, follow-away jumper from the right block, and this time it's going to be a blocking foul on Rosenkrantz. Cruz was trying to avoid Rosenkrantz, drifted to his right, couldn't put home the layup, but earns himself a trip to the line. Checking into the game here for St. Francis will be Maurice Wilmer. Shout out to Arnie von Mausenhausen Lending, a first-time homebuyer looking to refinance your current mortgage. Work with an experienced mortgage consultant to find a solution that best fits your need. Call Arnie at 408-858-4906 and NMLS 280979. And San Jose's Hot Country 95.3 KRTY for the best in today's country music, sports, content, and fantastic concert series. KRTY has it all for you. Coming February 7th, live at the Rodeo Club, country artist Russell Dickerson. And on March 28th, Brett Young. For more information, go to their website, krty.com. Well, Cruz hits both free throws. That gives him 4 on the night. Danker's got the other 5, and it's 9-2. Bells on top. Follow-away jumper from Fontana inside the paint. Could not drop it home, and here comes Danker the other way. Danker left wing, looking for Gio on the right wing. Finds him. 3-ball. Sasso, too strong. Rebound Elam once again there, but St. Francis comes up with it. 3:30 to play. Matthew Larson has checked in. He's got the ball. St. Francis down 7. Larson crossover on Elam. Hop step into the lane, gives it to Fontana straight on. Fontana will spin, hang in the air, and shoot from 10, and he knocks it down. As Ian Elam comes up holding that left ankle. He has 2 ankle braces on, 1 on each ankle, as Fontana's jumper made it 9-4 with 3:12 to play here in the first. Ryan Kiachin will check in. Cole Trotzen will check in for the Bells. Elam and Cruz to take a seat. So 3:12 here in the first. It has been back and forth. Quinn Danker with the first 5 points for Bellarmine. And Kieran Cruz has followed up with 4 more as Danker will walk it up. Larson will pick up Danker as he crosses the timeline. Left-hand dribble going left to right on your screen. Here is Trotzen running through a couple of screens. They give it to Danker, 3 straight on. Quinn Danker's feeling it. He's got 8, and the Bells are up 12-4 with 2:55 to play here in the first. Maurice Wilmer, who's checked in the game, now has it right side. He's going to flip one to Larson right in front of the scores table. Back to Wilmer on the logo as Bellarmine asks Maurice to shoot. The student section does. Up top, Lamphere. Rosenkrantz has it. Right wing, Wilmer. Wilmer will fire and left it short. Rebound, fought for. Danker comes up with it, and Wilmer is going to pick up a foul on the reach. So Maurice Wilmer picks up the foul as Desai Lopez comes to the scores table. 12-4. Bellarmine on top here with 2:30 to play in the first. It has been the Quinn Danker show. He's got 8 points. Taking a seat is Fontana along with Rosenkrantz. Checking in will be Lopez. Well with Pedraza. Referee asking for Pedraza to come to the scores table next time, as they're going to double Danker and see if they can get him the ball, and Cole does. So Cole will bring it up, or Danker will bring it up, gives it to Kiashin left wing. Kiashin straight on to Cole. Bell up 8. Here's a backdoor pass for Danker. Danker drives the baseline, finds some more real estate in the corner, now crosses over. Larson poked it off of Danker, out of bounds. And so it will be St. Francis ball, the first turnover there for the Bells of the night. Quinn Danker averaging 8 points a night, already 8 so far. Here's Wilmer, shovel pass inside Lamphere, blocked by Cole. Constantine Cole met Lamphere at the rim, and the Bells will bring it up with Trotzen. 12-4, Bellarmine on top by 8. Big time block there from number 34. Here's Sasso looking backdoor, and a second straight turnover by the Bells. Their second in a row. Here's Pedraza, Euro steps in the lane and 1. Oscar Pedraza goes right around Cole, catches a hip and the bucket. So Pedraza, who has been wincing a little bit out here, as Dom Asic will check into the game for Anthony Lamphere, who picked up his. The foul is going to be on. Looks like Kiash. And Oscar hits the free throw. So 12-7, St. Francis back within 5 after the 3-point play from number 5. Danker has it, passes it over to Trotzen right wing, being watched by Wilmer. Trotzen takes a dribble and gives to Cruz left wing. Backdoor pass for Kiashin, nothing there. Kiashin hands off to Danker. Danker looking for somewhere to go in the far corner. Tries to force one to Cruz, and Cruz comes up with it. Cruz drives, pump fakes, now fires from the left elbow and buries it. Kieran Cruz with the J. And it's been Cruz who has 6 now of the 14. Quinn Danker with all the other points. He's got 8. So two-man game has been working here for the Bells as Lopez breaks the press for St. Francis. 1:08 to play. Bellarmine up top, 14-7. Wilmer drives right hand, gives it to Lopez. Lopez in and out cross, picked by Danker. Ball on the deck. Trotzen and Lopez fighting for it, and it's going to be a jump ball, and that will go to the Bells. Checking in for Bellarmine will be Ryan Trotzen. And checking out will be Gio Sasso. So Cole Trotzen and Ryan Trotzen in for the game here. The Twins playing as Quinn Danker will walk it up as we are just under 1 minute to play. Bells by 7. Danker working against Pedraza. Bounce pass over to Kioshin. Kioshin turns and faces Azic is going to back up into the paint, and we're going to get a foul down low. Wilmer ran right over Danker, and that is the second on Maurice Wilmer. So Rosenkrantz is going to come right to the table. Wilmer will walk to the bench. And Momo will take a seat. Maurice Wilmer, one of the WCL honorable mention last year, sprained his ankle earlier this season. That's why he missed the beginning part. 47.2 to play. Bells inbound up top to Danker. 7-point lead here for the Bells. Danker right wing's got 8 of the points. Here's Cruz straight on. He's got the other 6. Cruz crossover, left-hand dribble to Trotzen. Trotzen pump fake, drive, gives to Ryan Trotzen. Jumper from the left block, too strong. Rebound fought for, and Desai Lopez comes up with it. Shot clock turned on. St. Francis will most likely hold for this final possession. Here's Rosenkrantz. No, he'll fire. 3 right wing, left it short. Rebound. Cole Trotzen fighting for it, and a foul is going to come on Azic, who knocked Trotzen over. And so Rosenkrantz decided to shoot early, even though St. Francis could have taken the final shot. And now the Bells one more possession. Danker has it off the inbound. He'll bring it up. 15 seconds to play. Bells by 7 here in quarter number 1 of the Holy War. Here is Trotzen up top. Kioshin. Kioshin tries to go down low to Cruz. And the Bells with another turnover. That is their third in the last 5 possessions. So with 5.6 to play, St. Francis will try to get a shot off. Here is Larson. Larson with 4, with 3, crosses across the timeline, gives to Pedraza, gets it off in time. Left wing rolls around and out. Good look for the Lancers out of the break, but it's a fruitless trip, and that is going to be the end of quarter number 1. 14 for the Bells and a small 7 here for the Lancers. A lot of basketball still to play here, ladies and gentlemen, on CCSB Sports Broadcasting. Well, we want to give a big shout out to our friend Kevin Moore, friend of Central Coast Sports Broadcasting, and making a difference in our community. As we bring you the end of the first quarter, Central Coast Sports is your source for high school sports all year long. Follow us this regular season with 2019 playoffs right around the corner. Drop us a line and with your thoughts and feedback at CCSB Live. That's CCSBLIVE@gmail.com. For more information, go to our website at centralcoastsports.live, or you can follow us at Facebook at Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. That's Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. Well, it's time now for our Green Waffle in-game summary. If you're tired of fake food loaded with junk, then eat clean. Go green. Try the Green Waffle, a delicious new alternative to healthy eating. Our newest sponsor. Check out their website at thegreenwaffle.com. Well, for a summary for the Bells, you sum it up in 2 names, Quinn Danker, Kieran Cruz. They got 8 and 6 respectively. And for St. Francis, they have just been struggling to find the bucket. Only 7 points so far. Oscar Pedraza with a big and 1 to trim the lead before it got too much out of hand. Here's Rosenkrantz up top to Pedraza, being watched by the new Checkton Lewis. Here's the right wing over to Azic. Azic to the right block, Rosenkrantz. Corner 3 from Fontana. Got it, nothing but nylon. Mateo Fontana's got 5, and the Bellarmine lead down to 4 here with 7:36 to play. Danker brings it up off the press, gives it to Cole. Cole takes a baseline, working against Azic, pump fakes in, gets fouled. And Cole is going to go up. It's going to be on Fontana coming from behind. As we look and get the call here, so Constantine Cole will shoot free throws. Had a big block in that first quarter against Lamphere. And so with 7:29 to play here in the first, Bells up 14-10. It's 2 free throws coming for Constantine Cole, yet to score here in the first half. Cole, in his second year on varsity, was one of 2 sophomores to play last year, the other being Quinn Danker, as he buries the first free throw. It's 1-1 here for the Bells, so they're going to say the foul was on the ground. But since Cole hit the second one, does not matter. As he buries free throw number 2. So 16-10, Bellarmine on top here by 6. 7:25 to play in the second quarter. Here's Fontana, gives it right side over to Larson. Larson crosses the timeline right in front of the Bellarmine student section. Larson, left-hand dribble, gives it over to Pedraza, left wing. He throws it over his head to Fontana into the near corner, gives to Rosenkrantz, left elbow, follow a jumper, too strong, rebound, falls to Elam. Elam gives it over to Cruz, and Cruz will walk it up. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Bells by 6, looking to inflate the lead. Holy war game here at Bellarmine. And we'll see if somebody else for the Bells can get a field goal besides Quinn Danker and Kieran Cruz. Danker drives, layup, and he traveled. Quinn Danker tried to Euro step in through the lane, and another turnover for the Bells. That's for their last 7 now, as St. Francis opportunity to make it a single possession game. Rosenkrantz drives, goes up, and an offensive foul. Constantine Cole draws the charge. As checking into the game will be Roy Urong along with Sebastian Pillai. And coming out of the game will be Rosenkrantz along with Larson. So Palaio checks in for St. Francis along with the sharpshooter Yuan. That's 2 big-time shooters here for St. Francis. And let's see if they can trim this 6-point lead the Bells have gained here in the first half. 6:36 to play in the second quarter. Trotzen will walk it up, working against Pedraza. Lewis straight on to Elam, right wing. Here is Trotzen. Trotzen jabs left, rips through, and finds Cruz up top. Deep 3. Kieran Cruz rolls around the rim and out. Elam the rebound. Follow a jumper, and he puts it home. Ian Elam, the first Bell to get a field goal other than Cruz and Danker. Here was 6:11 to play in the second quarter. Here is Yuan. Hand off Pedraza. 18-10. Bells on top. 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Fontana, and he is fouled by Cruz. Trying to go for a wraparound, and that is number 2 on Kieran Cruz. And immediately they're going to get Cruz to come out. And checking in will be Gio Sasso. Here is the inbound coming from Pedraza. They float it to Azic. Azic looking for somewhere to go, finds Pedraza far corner, drives baseline, jumps up in the air, nowhere to go. Somehow it falls to Azic, and reverse layup on the near side is down for Dom Azic. Azic with his first bucket of the night as Trotzen dribbles, almost lost it, now gets it over to Elam. 18-12, Bells by 6. Here's Cole, right wing, looking for somewhere to go. Bounce pass, backdoor, Elam, nice feed. Elam layup, rolls around and out, gets his own rebound. Second shot not there, touched by Sasso, is not going to drop, and we're going to get a foul on Bellarmine. This is going to go on Elam on the rebound. And with 5:29 to play here in the second, Lucas Lee will check in as St. Francis has a 18-12 lead. Sebastian Palaio is going to come out of the game, and Coach Mike Motil is talking to him right away. As here comes St. Francis with 5:20 to play, down 6. Yuan, deep 3, right wing, in and out. Roy Yuan shot it from the parking lot. Pedraza comes up with the board, but it is tipped away, and Elam blocks Pedraza's shot, grabs the rebound, and then Pedraza commits a foul, but Roy Yuan just launched from the volleyball line with 20 seconds on the shot clock, and because Pedraza commits the foul on Elam, he'll walk to shoot free throws here with 5:13 to play in the second. Looking for a fresh, rich Sicilian-style pizza? Come check out Pomodoro Pizza, 6932 Almaden Expressway, San Jose. For your ultimate pizza experience, stop by today. As Elam hits the first free throw, 19-12 Bells. For more than 4 decades, no construction company ranks higher in award-winning projects such as school, nonprofit, and high-tech campuses, enhancing and enriching our community. Look no further than Block Construction. For more information, visit www.block.com. Well, Elam goes 2 for 2, and he's got 4 on the night. The Bells increase the lead to 8 with 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Pedraza, left side, dribbling with the left hand. Working against Azic, crossover and gives it to Pelayo, who's checked back into the game. Pelayo bounces it to Azic, takes the dribble middle, up with the right hand, too strong. Rebound fought for, Sasso comes up with it. Gio gives the long rebound off the Azic miss, and here comes the Bells looking to make it a double-digit lead. Lewis, left wing, goes off a couple of screens. Now drives, finds Sasso in the far corner. Sasso, step back 3, thought about it, gives it back to Lewis. Lewis to Gio, left corner 3, foul and 1. Gio Sasso with the tray and the foul. And it's going to be a 4-point play coming up for number 23. Good job by Lewis, able to drive, create the space. Gio filled in the far corner. Pelayo picks up the foul. And so Gio will walk to the line with 4:34 to play. He's able to drop home the free throw, and that is a 4-point play for Gio Sasso. 24-12. Bellarmine on top here in the second quarter. As we get a foul on the ground. We had a problem with the clock. Score was off, but now it is corrected. So St. Francis will take it out of bounds as picking up the foul in the last play was Sasso. Inbound, Fontana finds Larson in front of the Bell bench. Larson, right-hand dribble, switches to the left. Now he's going to attack, gets a step, finds Lamphere down low, blocked by Cole Trotzen from behind. Lamphere gives it over to Pedraza. Pedraza gives it to the far corner, Larson. Larson looking to go. St. Francis got the offensive rebound. Here's Yuan. Yuan driving. Bounce pass into Fontana. Step back from the right block. Gets the bucket and the foul. Mateo Fontana able to create some distance with the step back on the far block. As checking out of the game, or checking into the game, will be Ruth along with Danker. Checking out will be Trotzen, Elam, and Sasso. Gio Sasso just picked up his 3rd foul after that one. So Fontana with 7. And here is the free throw, and he buried it. So 24-15, another big 3-point play. Cole Trotzen with that huge block did land awkwardly after. Hopefully he is all right. Here is Cruz. Cruz surveys left wing. Holds the ball above his head. Got 6 points, looking to extend this Bellarmine 9-point lead. Here is Ruth. Gives it over to Lewis, to Danker, left wing. Danker thought about a 3. Now to Cole. Cole working against Lamphere, up with her left hand, and an easy bucket for Constantine Cole. So Constantine gets another deuce as Danker gets a steal off Pedraza to the rim, right hand layup off glass and down. Quinn Danker with the steal in the bucket. He's got 10, and Mike Motil will call time. 3:23 to play here in the second quarter. Bells 28, Lancers 15. So we'll stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for the Central Coast Sports halftime show, as we will have Bellarmine AD either Mike Sullivan or Louis Eggleston, all coming up on the Central Coast Sports halftime show. Our next CCSB broadcast Tuesday, the 5th, 3 days away here. We do not sleep at CCSB. Mitty will face Reardon. It will be Spencer McLaughlin and Edmund Scourge on the call for that one. That will be a 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock tip here, ladies and gentlemen, at Mitty. And that should be a good game. Those are the top 2 teams right now in the WCL, so really you're fighting for first place position. So as we come out of this timeout, Bells 28-15. Quinn Danker with 10 points on the night. Sasso's got 4, Cruz with 6, Elam with 4, and Cole with 4 of his own. For St. Francis, Fontana's got 7, Azic with 2, Daly with 2, Pedraza with 3 of his own. Here's the inbound. Fontana will give it to Pedraza, who walks it up. 3:21 to play here in the second. St. Francis on top. Bellarmine on top, St. Francis with the ball. Here's Yuan, driving baseline, jumps in the air, finds Pedraza, taken away by Danker. Danker ahead to Lewis, one-on-one with Larson. Layup at the rim, Daly, nice protection as Ruth's second shot opportunity is blocked, but a foul is called. Michael Motil not agreeing with that call, as Ridley Ruth is going to get 2 free throws at the line with 3:05. A chance to make this a 15-point game as he buries the first one. Checking into the game will be Maurice Wilmer. He's got 2 fouls. And Roy Yuan will take a seat. Yuan has been quiet so far tonight, has yet to record a point. 29-15. Bells on top by 14. Second shot by Ruth. Rolls around and out. And here comes Maurice Wilmer and the Lancers down 14. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Wilmer drives, bounce pass, looking for Larson up in the air, and another steal by the Bells, their third in a row. Larson steals it right back, layup right side, left it short, and Danker comes up with the rebound. Coach Schneider not happy with Kyle Lewis right there. Ruth into the far corner, gives it to Cruz. Cruz surveys, looks for somewhere to go, and now is going to get a screen. Now fires a 3 left wing off the side of the iron, and Kiachin an over the back foul on Daly. He picks up his first. So Ryan Kiachin trying to go over the back, and I believe this is going to be free throws now for Ryan Daly. As Nick Grassman and Austin Ajakai are at the scores table, they will check in. Grassman will get Lewis, and Ajakai will get Cruz. Cruz playing on limited minutes tonight due to an ankle injury, as Daly will shoot. Daly's first one on the 1-and-1 is down. Ryan Daly with his first first free throw. 3 points so far. Second one by Daly, left it short, rebound falls out, and Daly fighting for it. It's on the ground, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Bells. And so it will be St. Francis basketball here with 2:30 to play, 29-16 the lead. Here's Larson, left-hand dribble around the screen to the rim, double clutch layup, couldn't put it down. Rebound taken by Daly, but he steps out of bounds, and it will be Bellarmine basketball. So the Bells with 2 straight turnovers and an offensive rebound allowed on that last possession, and they come and they still able to survive. Here comes Grassman, 2 people on him. He's going to bounce it over to Danker. Danker will cross up the court, gives it to Grassman left wing. Grassman gives out the call. Larson guarding him, bounces it to Ajakai left wing. Ajakai holds the ball above his head. 2-3 zone here for St. Francis. Here's the corner. Danker's got it. Danker looking for the skip. Wilmer is there. As here is Grassman right wing. Grassman holds it, gives it over to Ruth. Ruth to Grassman, right wing. Pump fakes a 3. Now drives, 6 to shoot here for the Bells. They got to go. Ruth to the rim, layup up at, and an offensive foul. Daly in the right spot. Bells could not get a look on the offensive end. And with 1:48 to play, it will be St. Francis basketball down by 13. Second quarter here at Bellarmine in the Holy War. Ryan Trotzen comes to the scores table for the Bells. Pedraza will walk it up. Bells will go right back at St. Francis. 2-3. Here's a pass to Fontana. Fall away jumper from the left side, and he rattles it home. Mateo Fontana with a tough shot. He's got 9 of the 18. And the Bells with an 11-point lead. Grassman bounce pass Kiachin. He jams it home. Ryan Kiachin from the right block. And it's 31-18, Bells by 13. Here's Pedraza, 3 straight on, nothing but nylon. Oscar Pedraza with an answer, and it's a 10-point game. Grassman looking for somewhere to go, and going to call a double dribble. Checking into the game now will be Trotzen, both Trotzens, Grassman and Ruth will sit. So Pedraza nailed the 3 after the Kiachin dunk. And now St. Francis with another opportunity to trim the 10-point lead. Here is Daly, pump fake, drive, layup, gets fouled. Daly from the free throw line will walk to the line to try to make it an 8-point ball game as quietly St. Francis creeps back into this game. Daly at the line. Knocks down the first free throw. As here is Daly's second one, and he buries it. 31-23, both free throws there for Daly. And it's 30, and the Bells are up 18. Trotzen looking for somewhere to go. Rips through, picks it up in the right corner, and timeout, Coach Schneider. Cole Trotzen picked it up in the worst spot possible, right across the three-point line in the corner. St. Francis did a great job of doubling without fouling. As we ask you to stay tuned for the Central Coast Sports halftime show. Halftime spotlight, Bellarmine AD Mike Sullivan and Louis Eggleston all coming up on the Central Coast Sports halftime show. So 31-23, the Lancers crawling back here against Bellarmine. And defensive intensity is definitely picked up for St. Francis. That's the one thing you notice right away. And on the other side for the Bells, just turning the ball over way too much here. That has been the struggle. Ajike will inbound. It will be Ajike, Cole and Ryan Trotzen, Danker and Kiachin, Wilmer, Daly, Fontana, Pedraza, and Larson for St. Francis. As Constantine, it looks like Coach Motil is grabbed some Band-Aids from the Bellarmine training. And now here come the Bells the other way. 45 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Bells by 8, looking to add to the lead. Here's Trotzen. Takes a screen from Kiashin. Looking for somewhere to go. Hands off Danker. Danker bounce pass over to Ajike. Holds the ball above his head and finds Trotzen right wing. Right back to Ajike. Right elbow. Jay got it. Austin Ajike with the deuce. His first bucket of the night, and it's 33-23. Bells back up by 10 with 23 seconds to play. St. Francis might hold for the last shot. Here's Larson to Pedraza. Left wing Wilmer. Back to Daly. Daly will fire from 16. Left it short. Cole Trotzen the rebound, as he will bring it up with 10.6 to play. It's the second time St. Francis has a chance at the last shot, but they don't take it. Danker, 3, straight on, short, rebound, fought for between Trotzen and Wilmer, and it'll be St. Francis ball with 1.3 to play. 33-23, Bells by 10, Fontana to inbound. As Grassman checks in for Cole Trotzen. Don't want Trotzen to pick up his third foul. Here is the inbound to Wilmer. Wilmer fires at the buzzer, too strong, and that is the end of quarter number one. Or of half number one, correction. So after the first half, score 33 for the home team, the Bells, 23 for the Lancers here at Patrick Main Memorial Gymnasium. Well, time now for our block time spotlight, donating countless amounts of money and volunteer hours to provide critical services to charity and people in need. For more information, visit their website at block.com. Well, hopefully we have Mike Sullivan or Louis Eggleston coming to the scores table. But for now, we'll catch you up on point totals. Mateo Fontana has got 9 for their leading scorer. Dom has 2 of his own. 4 for Ryan Daly, 6 for Oscar Pedraza, and that is going to be a total of 23. Give 2 more to Ryan Daly, and there's your total of 23. So Daly's got 6 on the night. For Quinn Danker, he has 10. Gio Sasso with 4 on a 4-point play. Kieran Cruz with 6, all coming in the first corner. There's 20-year points between 3 guys. Ian Elam's got 4. Constantine Cole's got 4 more. Kyle Lewis has a deuce. That's 28 here. Austin Ajikai with 2 more for 30. Give 1 to Ridley Ruth with 1 free throw. And Cole Trotzen also with a bucket, as there is your 33 for the Bells. So Bellarmine 33, St. Francis 23. As we are set for this one here at Patrick Main Memorial Gymnasium. It has been all Bellarmine early, and then St. Francis started to make a lead come back. And before then, Bellarmine able to stay with them and increase the lead here at halftime as we still wait for Mike Sullivan. Just let you know what's going on. St. Francis students are shooting at the right hoop, and Bellarmine, being Bellarmine, is continuing to ask or heckle them shooting the ball.
One more friendly reminder, this game is being streamed live on NorCalSportsTV.com. Click there now or watch the replay anytime after the game. NorCal Sports TV.
So both teams here shooting on both sides as we ask for Louis Eggleston. Here with 7:35 to play, 33-23. Bellarmine on top by 10. And remember, it was Quinn Danker who got the team off to the big start. 10 points all coming in that first quarter. Kieran Cruz had the other 6, and that was the only field goals for the Bells in the first 8 minutes. Meanwhile, on the other side, it was a steady 7 points in the first quarter, but then St. Francis able to explode for 16 there in the second. The Bells on the other end had 19 in the second, and they've been able to win both quarters. Now, as we wait for Mr. Sullivan or Mr. Eggleston, we are about 6 minutes here from the start of the second half. Let's check out our scoreboard for other games in the WCL, brought to you by Arnie von Massenhausen of Home Services Lending. Arnie, with Arnie, you are a customer for life. Lettuce products, programs, services, protect your largest assets and your home. For more financing, call Arnie at 408-858-4906. Well, as we mentioned, games going around the WCAL, Midi playing at Valley Christian. We'll try to get you some of those scores here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for the second half. Checking WCAL and see what is going on around the league here at, it looks like we don't have any updates so far for both teams. First half over at Reardon 25, St. Ignatius 36. So SI with an 11-point lead against the Crusaders. And that is when the rest of the league will definitely be watching for the Monarchs. That game between Midi and Valley Christian. After one, it was Midi 32, Valley Christian 10. So running away with that one already is SI. And at the half over at Sarah, it is Sarah 34, Cathedral 31. So 5:08 to play for the second half. And it looks like Mike Sullivan's going to get a little knockout going on here at Bellarmine College Prep. Between the Lancers and the Bells, it is three Lancer students and 3 Bellarmine students. Rory Bradford, being one of the Bellarmine students, will shoot the first free throw. So 4:40 to play here. Bellarmine on top, 33-23. Mike Sullivan and Eggleston yet to come, as the knockout games goes on between Bellarmine and St. Francis. As Rory Bradford will almost the St. Francis guy out. As Bellarmine will come now to the scores table into the game. Nick Grassman asking for a ball. As Bellarmine comes out ready to shoot, looks like Mike Sullivan might have to end his knockout game here early. And so the Bells will check back out here to shoot. Kieran Cruz with 6 points, all coming in that first quarter. As remember, we get those scores around the league. St. Ignatius on top of Reardon. An interesting one there. As for the Bells, that could mean big things down the stretch. Bellarmine able to win tonight. Midi would most likely win, but that moves the Midi into the sole team in first place. And Bellarmine only one game back. Rory Bradford and one other Bellarmine student still playing knockout. Rory will throw up half quarters. Bellarmine student section standing here with just under 3 minutes to play. St. Francis sitting. The Bells able to defeat St. Francis last time these two teams faced off, 51-40. Bellarmine dominated that game throughout, really never got close. The Bells kept a 10-point lead behind strong play by Kieran Cruz, and that was the second lowest scoring the Bells have had to do to win a game this season. They scored 47 up at SI a couple weeks ago, and were able to win that one 47-34. Bellarmine with a 3-game winning streak. Those coming a 47-34 win against SI, beating Sacred Heart Cathedral 56-45, and then dominating win up at Valley on Wednesday, 74-52. For the Lancers, it's, as we mentioned, been a struggle of a season. They have allowed 70 points in 6 of their 7 losses here in the WCL. The only game in which they did not allow 70 points in the WCL play was against Bellarmine in one of their losses. So for St. Francis, it keeps team under 70 and you give yourself a shot. But if the Bells score that magic number, St. Francis has yet to win a game, or the other team has scored 70 and they have been able to come out with the W. Coaches on both sides as we get you caught up here. Mike Moteal in his 10th season, in the last 10 seasons, 200 wins, 91 losses. He started coaching in 08-09 with 230-win seasons. He did not coach in the semifinal CCS game last year for being critical of how CCS selects their seating. Teaches math over at St. Francis and is assistant dean of students, and was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. Attended St. Francis de Sales. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the technical difficulties as St. Francis starts off with their first possession. Here is Daly, left wing, Wilmer, 3-ball, left it short. Rebound taken away there by Elam. And here come the Bells the other way, looking to add to the 10-point lead. Here. I don't know what's going on. It's plugged in here, but I'll keep checking. As we welcome you back, a 3-ball there by Gio Sasso. As here is Wilmer. He's going to fire it across the court to Fontana. Fontana drives, and Constantine Cole is fouled on the play. Yeah. As we thank Miss Atkinson with her help here at the table. A 3 ball there by Cruz, correction, give him 9. And so here comes Bellarmine up the other way with a 9-point lead. 6:16 to play here in the second. Here is Lewis, right wing. Lewis gives it straight on Elam. Left wing 3 ball for Danker. Off the back of the iron, too strong. Rebound Cole, blocked away by Wilmer on the second shot opportunity as here comes Maurice Wilmer the other way. Wilmer walks it up the course, dribbles with the right hand, now is going to drive, jumps up in the air against Elam. That one blocked away, but gets his Mine keeps going out too.
No, he wasn't.
Mine keeps going out too. I don't know. It's
He wasn't vertical. It's too early. Oscar, watch the flare screen.
Is there another outlet you can plug it into, or is the power going out? All right. Whenever you have time. Thank you. And it is a back to the lead for the Bells, 38-23. We once again apologize for the technical difficulties. Here's Larson driving, Euro step. Brilmer, right wing, wide open, rolls around the rim and out. Fontana, the rebound, goes up and finishes at the right block. Mateo Fontana with the deuce. And it is a 38-25 lead here for the Bells. Danker up top, dribbling with the left hand. Bounces it over to Cole. Cole left block, looking for somewhere to go. Now gives it over back to Cruz. 5 minutes to play here. Bells by 13. Cruz whips it to Elam. Right corner, 3. Rolls around and out. Rebound, Larson. And back comes the St. Francis Lancers. Larson up top, trailing 13, and he is fouled. Checking into the game will be Kiashin and Sasso. Sitting is Lewis and Cole with 4:50 to play. As Wilmer will take a seat for St. Francis. So Pedraza will walk it up. 38-25, Bellarmine on top by 13. Here is Fontana, straight on. Daly pump fakes, takes a dribble, finds Rosenkrantz right wing. He'll give it over to Larson. Larson, right hand dribble, crosses over to the left, works against Sasso, spins, navigates the lane, follow away jumper, and rolls around and out. Rebound taken away by Elam, and here comes the Bells. Halfway through this third quarter, Bells by 13. Cruz up top, right hand dribble, gives it to Elam. Elam to Sasso. Sasso back to Danker. Danker will drive against Rosenkrantz. Up at the right side, gets fouled, and a 1. Quinn Danker going to the rim down the far baseline, and a chance for a 3-point play, his second of the night.
Don't let him drive the baseline.
Here for Danker. Second for Quinn Danker's shot is off the front of the iron, poked away there by Pedraza. They move it around now to Rosenkrantz, up top to Pedraza. Pedraza, right-hand dribble. Bellarmine up 15. St. Francis trying to trim the lead. Here is Daly. Daly holds it above his head. Now gives it to Rosenkrantz. 3 right wing. Rosenkrantz left it short. Rebound fought for. Daly saves it, and Sasso will come up with it. Here's Cruz working against Larson, and he is fouled. So Kieran Cruz fouled on the Larson drive. And with 3:50 to play, it's 40-25. Bells up by 15. Cruz to inbound. As we have a shot clock issue here. That will be on 13. As Cruz will inbound near side. Cruz looking for someone to go, gives it up top to Danker. Danker with the ball, As the Bells have a fresh 35 here, gives it to the right side over to Cruz. Cruz surveys with the right hand, picks up the dribble, finds Kiachin down low. Kiachin goes up, gets fouled by Pedraza. And going to the line will be Kiachin. They're going to say going up. And I don't know if Kiachin was going up. It looked more like a pass, but as he knocks it down. Kiachin with his third point of the night. 41-25. Bells have run away with it here. They are currently riding an 8-3 lead. And that's going to be a lane violation. And so it's not going to count there for Kiachin on the second one. 41-25, 3:38 to play here in the third quarter. Pedraza will walk it up. Gives it over to Fontana. Back to Pedraza, right wing. To Fontana. Fontana to Larson. Larson will bring it up, left hand dribble. Larson working against Kiachin. Crosses over, back to the left, now to the right. Works against Kiachin, hands off to Pedraza. Pedraza thought about a three, now will drive against the 6'7 Kiachin. Left hand layup, not there, but Azic with the tip in. Dominic Azic with his second bucket, and it's 41-27, 14-point lead for the Bells with 3:09 to play here in the third. Here's Cruz, right wing, takes a dribble, working against Azic. Now with the left hand, up on top, fires a three. Kieran Cruz left it short, a rebound fought for, and coming up with it is Larson. Larson will push right side, left hand dribble, working against Elam. Now up on Danker. Larson hands off to Fontana. Those two playing basketball together since middle school, as Fontana will now drive. Fontana steps in, follow away jumper, and puts it down. Mateo Fontana's got 13. He's the leading scorer. As here is a full court pass. Danker to add to Kiachin, and Kiachin gets fouled going up. Rosen thought he got all ball. And St. Francis is asking for a travel, but Kiachin will shoot 2 free throws. Second time in a row, he's shooting 2 on the trip down low. 41-29, 12-point lead for the Lancers, or for the Bells, as Kiachin puts home the first free throw. The only sophomore on this Bellarmine team. Checking out of the game will be Rosenkrantz and Azic. As Trotzen will check into the game for the Bells. And Kiachin hits both. 43-29. Coach Schneider will call a timeout as the Bells take a 4-point lead with 2:32 to play here in the third. Well, with a coast-to-coast footprint of over 300 U.S.-based production sites, you can see why Vocal Materials is an essential part of our community makeover, including road and bridge repair, construction of office buildings, schools, hospitals, and more, giving back to our community and shaping our future at VulcanMaterials.com. Arguably the most successful league in California Interscholastic Federation history, with more state titles than any league in the state. The WCL is composed of member schools that share a commitment to interscholastic sports, superior academic standards, and shared faith. The member schools of the West Catholic Athletic League are happy to partner with Central Coast Sports, providing listeners with the best interscholastic basketball each week. 43-29, Bells on top by 14, 2:32 to play here in the first half of the second half, quarter number 3. As bringing it up is St. Francis. Larson finds Fontana. Fontana now gives to Larson across the timeline. Larson left-hand dribble on the far side. Moves across the court and hands off to Pedraza. Pedraza dribbles to the free throw line. Straight on three, left it short. Elam the rebound, and he'll fling it out to Danker. Danker will push one-on-one right to the rim. Blocked by Larson. That ball goes out of bounds, and it's to Bellarmine. Matthew Larson with the chase down. Swatted. Danker shot away, and it will be an out-of-bounds play here for the Bells with 28 to shoot, up 14. Here is Sasso into the corner. Danker thought about a three. Now it's going to fire and buries it in front of Pedraza. Quinn Danker with his second triple of the night. He's got 15 once again for the second straight game. And with 1:54 to play here in the third, it's a 46-29 Bellarmine advantage. Here's Wilmer right wing. Wilmer working against Kiachin with the left-hand dribble. Now up against Danker. Bounces it to Fontana. Fontana pump fakes, gets Elon jumping, drives against Kiachin, and he is fouled. So it looked like Fontana, I think if he goes up strong there, he might have an actual look. Instead, kind of turned his body, scared of getting blocked away, and did a good job of getting enough contact for the foul as Fontana rattles home the free throw. Fontana with 14 so far tonight. 1:35 to play here in the third. Make it 15 for Mateo, senior out of St. Raymond. Here is Cruz. He's going to walk it up with 1:30 to play and has it poked away by Pedraza to Wilmer. Wilmer went up for the jam and could not put it home. Here's a ball on the deck. Fontana fighting for it. Dives and saves it with the left hand, but stepped out of bounds. So it will be Bellarmine basketball. Wilmer tried to go up and dunk that last one, in the Bellarmine crowd letting him hear it. 1:22 to play here in the third. 46-31. Bells back up 15. Danker, who just hit a three, is going to drive and pick up a foul against Pedraza. As checking into the game will be Cole Trotzen. Checking out will be Gio Sasso. Larson will come in for Pedraza, who just picked up his third. And so now it will be an out of bounds here for the Bells. Up by 15, just over a minute to play here in the third. Cruz, right wing, three ball, rolls around and out. Rebound tried for by Trotzen, and he is going to foul Fontana, who just ripped it from him. And then Trotzen in poor position. An easy call there for the referees. And good hustle by Mateo Fontana. So Larson to bring it up. St. Francis down 15 minutes ago here in the third. Larson to Fontana, up top. Goes to Daly. Holy war here at Bellarmine. The Bells dominating once again against St. Francis. Larson now right wing. Coming to the scores table is Constantine Cole. Larson spins down the right alley, looking into the corner and tipped away by Cruz. He was all over that one. Trying to go to Fontana on the right side. And Kieran Cruz shut the door. Comes the inbound for Matthew Larson. Gives it to Fontana. Fontana's going to hand off to Larson. Larson right wing, up top, Wilmer. Wilmer's got it. 8 to shoot here for St. Francis. They get 5. They give it over to Fontana. Fontana, fall-away jumper. Tough shot from the free throw line. Nothing there. Rebound fought for. Kiachin comes up with it and gives it over to Danker. Danker will bring it up the court. Right-hand dribble. One shot, says Coach Schneider, as they hold to try to increase the 15-point lead. 23 seconds to play here in the third. Danker on the right wing. Floats it over to Cruz left wing. 2-3 zone here for St. Francis. As Danker now has it up top. 10 to shoot in the quarter. Here is Cruz straight on. Cruz to Trotzen. Trotzen takes a dribble, takes a three left wing, and buries it. Ryan Trotzen from distance, and that's going to be the end of quarter number 3. 49-31, Bellarmine dominates the first 8 of the second half and increases the lead to 18. Time now for our Green Waffle in-game summary. Well, it was all Bells there in the second half. They got 5 from Danker, 5 from Cruz, 3 from Kiachin, a big 3 from Trotzen at the end. That's 16 points on the quarter for Bellarmine. For the Lancers, the only scoring coming in the third was from Desai Lopez, or Dom Azic, who had a tip in, and Mateo Fontana had 6 of his own. That's an 8-point quarter there for the Lancers. You need a snack or a quick, healthy protein fix, all natural 9-gram Power Pack protein. The Green Waffle. For a complete list of local locations, more information on this dynamic product, go to their website at thegreenwaffle.com. Eat clean, go green. That's thegreenwaffle.com. Published quarterly for 30 years. Don't miss the combination of business and lifestyle articles that affect the agricultural industry. Pick up a copy of Coastal Grower Mag today, or subscribe via coastalgrowermag.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we get set for 8 more minutes in the last 8 minutes of the Holy War for guys like Kieran Cruz, for guys like Rory Yuan, who's yet to find a bucket so far. Here is Wilmer up top, gives it right wing to Lopez. 7:50 to play here. Here's Fontana, pump fakes up with a right hand, nothing there. Second shot gets fouled. Mateo Fontana's been on a tear here in this game. He's got 15 points on the night. And he's going to go to the line to try to add 2 more. First one by Fontana drops home. Mateo Fontana playing very well here for St. Francis. Really the only bright spot. One thing to note, Rory Yuan really has not come back into this game since being subbed out in the middle of that third quarter. As Cruz will inbound. Bell's up by 16 as Fontana hit both. There's Larson with a steal off the inbound. Gets fouled and the bucket. Matthew Larson. As Cruz tried to throw it to the middle to Trotzen. Larson read it the whole way like a defensive back and went up and got fouled on the layup. 49-35, Bellarmine up by 14. As here is the and 1 free throw, and he gets it. So Matthew Larson with his first bucket of the night. It's an and 1. Trotzen will bring it up off the inbound. So a quick 5 points here for St. Francis to make it 6 points, and they trim the lead to 13. Here is Cruz. Gives it over to Trotzen into the far corner. Danker thought about it. Fire. Quinn Danker left it short, but Kyle Lewis gets the rebound. Lewis travels on the other end, and the Bells are falling apart here. And St. Francis forces a turnover, and now it's an opportunity to make it a 10-point ball game with a 3. Larson to Fontana. Fontana with 17 on the night. Back to Larson, right back to Fontana. Just a little 2-man game to get it the timeline. As they move it around to Wilmer, left wing, Lopez has it. Lopez jabs right, gives it to Daly. Daly, bounce pass, Fontana, pump fake, working on Lewis, up at the rim, left it short, rebound, fought for, foul is called, and it's going to be against St. Francis. With 6:57 to play here in the fourth, it is going to be 1-1 for the Bells. As shooting free throws will be Kyle Lewis. Lewis with, you have to have a bucket tonight. Did get the start. In place of Gio Sasso as he buries the first 1-1. Kyle Lewis making it 50-36. Bells scored 51 against St. Francis last time these two teams played. And Kyle Lewis makes it 51 with that free throw. 6:57 to play here in the fourth quarter of the Holy War. Bells by 15. Larson dribbles across the timeline. Left hand dribble working against Cole. Hands it off over to Lopez. Lopez up top to Lamphere. Or Daly correction, and a foul down low, and that's going to go on Cruz. And Fontana and Cruz getting at it down at the block. Things getting a little extracurricular. And so it'll be underneath Bellarmine basketball. Both teams in bonus in 1-1. Here with a lot of basketball left. And that's a good thing if you're St. Francis. Scoring points without the clock moving. As here's Daly, gets the inbound pass right wing. He's going to go up top to Wilmer. Wilmer with the left-hand dribble. Looking for Lopez, gets it to him. Lopez, far near block extended. Jabs in, gives it over to Daly. Daly into the far corner. Larson